Hello everybody and welcome to Cooking with Finn. Today we're going to be making this amazing homemade sourdough loaf from scratch. So stick around, please like, subscribe, follow and comment this video. Hope you have so much fun making this and let's get straight into it. Hello guys, so what we're going to do, our first thing is we're going to grab a bowl and a weighing scale. So now we've got our bowl and our weighing scale, we're going to add 80 grams of sourdough starter into that bowl. So once you've got 80 grams of sourdough starter into, it can be a plastic or a metal bowl, but I've got the weighing scale there, so I am measuring, I've got 79 grams. You want not exactly, something close to 80 grams. So now guys, we're just going to add 250, my weighing scales have gone all crazy. We're going to add 250 mils of water. The temperature shouldn't be cold, shouldn't be boiling, just room temperature. As long as you've got like decent tap water, drinkable tap water, it's fine. If you haven't got drinkable tap water, use bottled water. There you go, 250 grams of water. So guys, as you can see, I'm just going to give that a good mix. I actually purchased this spoony looking thingy. It was about £8 on Amazon. Yes, I'm in England, so instead of bucks, I'm going to be using good old pounds. But yeah, so it was only about £8, which is like $10, so it was really good. I just gave it a quick little mix in the plastic bowl. I'm just showing you there. Just dissolving the sourdough starter into the water. Hello guys, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 350 grams of bread flour. I cannot stress how unimportant this bread flour is. This is just bread flour. As long as it's unbleached, which all bread flour will be, I'm just going to put 350 grams. It doesn't matter if it's Sainsbury's, Aldi, Farm Shop, whatever it is, Tesco's,
local
Target, Aldi, whatever you have, it'll do, as long as it's unbleached bread flour, which bread flour always will be, so don't just be like doing what I've done for about a week, just trying to figure out where it says unbleached. It will be unbleached if it's bread flour. 350 grams of bread flour into your mix. Couldn't be more simple. So I'm just going to mix this all in. Again, spilt flour everywhere. Again, I couldn't be more simple. What you're going to do is you're just going to knead this thing. If it seems you want it to be too wet to touch, because we're gonna put it down to rest in a bit, and it's meant to be that. So there's a little close up. It should be shaggy, just nice shaggy, quite a bit wet. Please just listen to the recipe. Don't add too much flour because it will ruin your bread and make it too dense. It's fine. Just give it a nice knead, and then just cover it with some film. And what we're going to do is we're going to start a 30-minute timer, cover it with some film, place it on your countertop, not in the fridge, on the countertop, put a 30-minute timer on, and then we're good to go. Only 12 minutes to go.
Okay, we're back and looking good.
So, as you can see, I don't know why my sister keeps butting in, it's annoying. Alright, so here we go. This is our dough. It's nice and rubbish. No, it's not rubbish. It's flavoursome. So as you can see, I'm just going to sprinkle a bit of flour onto. That's a lot of flour. As little flour as you can get away with, because the littler the flour, the less dense it's going to be. And this bit is crazy. Like the camera is like shaking around, and that's because you've got to be. I'm not going to say aggressive, but you've got to be firm and quick. So if you're really slow, the heat of your hand is going to make the dough stick to you. So as you can see, one hand on the bowl and the other hand is just quickly touching there. So as you can see, I've got here, I'm going to do this a bit slower. You can go way faster than this. I'm just doing it a bit just so you guys can see. You can't see anything there. So I'm just going to put it back in the bowl for a little bit. And as you can see, that is it. Now what I'm going to do is, you can't see that, but I'm adding a little bit of salt. About 10 grams if you want that as a measurement. If not, you can just add a sprinkle of flour. A bit more flour because I need to make sure that I don't get this as a huge mess. Take it out, and as you can see, we're aiming for a ball consistency. Sorry, I should have kind of said that earlier. We want like a big dough ball, and then we're going to let that rest. So you can almost do a little stitch in the back of it. If you're going to use the table, put it on the thing. So as you can see that, and for some reason I'm going to throw this in. Boom! Oh, Sorry, I'm so inappropriate. All right, now we're just going to cover that with some salang wrap, and we're going to put on a 45-minute timer. All right, so you know, I wasn't happy with the quality of my speak, so I'm just speaking over it. So this is an olive oil gun. They're not that cheap. It's about 12 quid, and £12, and you can pour it like I just said, or you can spray it. So you can spray that on the bread or on your hands, so you can touch the bread. And olive oil is one of the things that replace flour. It doesn't replace it, obviously. You can't make a dough with olive oil, water, and yeast. But what you can do is it stops you from having to flour your hands, because the more flour you put on the dough, the worse it's going to get. So I think that's me done with that. So now I can talk about what I'm doing here. So I'm just prising off the dough. I'm just kind of getting all of the bits that's connected to the bowl off. Again, just using my arm with olive oil, which really helps. And you can just see this. Have a look. It is developed. Remember that shaggy, horrible, wet, sticky dough that I said, trust me, don't add any flour? This is what you want. You don't want it dry. This looks so full of moisture, natural yeast, and it's just perfection. No actual yeast, just natural yeast from the sourdough starter. So that's great. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do what's called stretch and fold. I would recommend doing this 8 times. I think I do it 8 times. When I say 8 times, I mean 1 fold. That is 1 fold. So you can do that 8 times. And then you're going to just flat out, do it again. I did 4 times, then I'm going to do another 4. And once you're happy with the oval shape of the dough, like that, as long as it's a rough bowl, you can take a clean bowl and you're going to put that in there. That's a clean bowl. I've got 2 bowls, so I just put it in the clean bowl. So we're now going to put that on the countertop for 45 minutes and make sure to cover with cling film. So it's finished its rest, so now we can go on and do the next step. So I'm just going to oil up my hands again with that gun. Honestly, go onto Amazon, search up oil gun. It's about 10 quid. It's the best money I've ever spent. Alright, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just give it a quick final knead. You can massage it as much as you like. And this is a Banneton basket. I'm going to place it in the Banneton basket. I highly suggest getting one. And then I'm just going to put a bit of olive oil on top. I actually put some olive oil in the Banneton basket. Then bread in, olive oil on top, just to keep it nice and non-stick. Look at that Bobby Dazzler. And you can see there's a load of room for it to rise, which is always very good. We're going to add this salang wrap. I've used the same salang wrap. We like to save plastic. And then that can go in the fridge for 12 hours.
12 sleepless hours later.
Hi guys, and good morning. The bread has been in the oven for 12 hours now. If you wanted to bake in the evening, that's fine. You're going to want to put in the cast iron pan to get really hot 3 hours before. So I just woke up. I put my cast iron pan in at the maximum heat. Do this whenever you want. So you're just going to do the process I'm saying 3 hours before you want to start. So put it in at maximum heat with the lid not sealed on, just with a tiny little gap so air can get through, and then just leave that for 1 hour at maximum heat to get really hot, and then I'll keep you posted from what to do from there. Alright, now our pan is been for an hour at 250 Celsius fan, whatever the hottest temperature your oven is, do that. So as you can see, it's in there. Please be very careful at this bit. I suggest wearing oven gloves, and a cast iron pan is very heavy, so be extra careful. Make sure the lid doesn't slide off. So what you're going to do is sorry for the poor cameraman, I was kind of multitasking here. You're just going to open this up, and there's just actually a bit of flour in there from my last bake. But you're going to take the thing that you've scored and put flour on and stuff, and your bread, and you're going to just place it in like that with the baking paper straight in. Then you're going to put the lid back over the top. And this time it can be 100% sealed. Don't leave a gap open, just let it be 100% completely sealed. Now you're going to put it back in the oven, completely sealed. And again, be careful with that bit. And once you close the oven door, you're going to take the dial and you're going to turn it down to 200 Celsius. So we've gone 250 to 200. So it is now finished. It's been in the hot oven with the lid on for 30 minutes. We're now going to remove the lid off to try and get a little bit of crisp. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just lifting the lid off, and I'm going to pull it out just so you can have a little look. Hang on. Let me get there. There you go. So it's but it's all cooked, but we now need to crisp it up a little bit. So here I'm going to show you. I've got an oven timer, and I'm sorry for how long this took me. It was very embarrassing. You're going to put this on for another 30 minutes. So another 30 minutes, and I'm going to show you what you do once it's fully done from there. I put 31. 30 minutes should be fine. Hello guys, this is the final bit. Let's open the door, the moment of truth. Here we go. And wow, she is an absolute beauty. Couldn't have turned out any better. She is amazing for what we want. So I suggest having a chopping board at the ready so I can just slide her straight on the chopping board. And look at that. That is a beast of a sourdough. There you are. You can do the little tap test. You won't be able to hear it, but that made the perfect sound, which is always good. If it doesn't, if it goes, that's good. If not, you should put it back in. And there it is. I hope you enjoyed this video. Can you please like, subscribe and follow, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!